All right, guys, what up? Back from my cruise. Had a good old time with the fam. It was all right. Went to the Bahamas, but anyway, I just wanted to come back to the content. You know what I mean? So I was seeing this thing, some headlines or whatever about how DEI is going away for a lot of places. So I guess the title of this video should be DEI is dying. But anyway, I was just saying that because whenever you really think about it, DEI shouldn't have been a thing anyways, because whenever you base something that's not on a meritocracy or based off of merit, I mean, one, you're doing the whole company a disservice because your productivity might go down and you're not finding the best people for the job to get things done in the most productive manner. You know what I mean? So it would be like, I would prefer anybody. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter if you're any type of LGBTQ or black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever it is. If you're better at the job, you should get the job. And that's what it should really be moving towards more than, honestly, whenever you focus on race, it makes it more of an issue, because then also you got to think of what kind of what is it called, like disagreements or not, hostility, I guess is the best way to put it, for like different races that get overlooked over other races. It doesn't matter what race is getting looked over for, but whenever you know somebody isn't doing a better job than you or could do a better job than you and they get the job instead, it's like, you know what I mean? That just creates hostility, especially for the people who were there before DEI. You know what I mean? And they're seeing these people who are doing a much more terrible job. What do you expect's going to happen? And then you can't fire those people because then they'll claim whatever you want to say. But I think it should just be based off of merit and that alone. And I know people are going to say, well, it's not based on merit because you got white people who got hired over a lot of other people because they were white. And it's like, yeah, I get that, but I'm not saying it should be that way either. I'm saying it should be merit-based. But also, I think that one thing people don't bring up whenever they're talking about different communities and stuff, I know this kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent, but I think it kind of plays a role. Whenever you talk about people who have a hand up in the world whenever they first grow up and stuff like that, and they're talking about how white people have all these privileges and stuff like that. And yeah, that is true, because white people definitely have some advantages, especially people who are white that are in the middle class or above, because they've had cultural teachings that help them more so in the workplace, and they have, just more chances. I can't tell you how many times this don't really work for me, because my first car was a 1986 Lincoln Town car, so you already know I got pulled over all the time, and then they'd be even more pissed off whenever they found out I wasn't black. They'd be like trying to find anything wrong with the damn car, which there was plenty wrong with it, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the thing that people don't talk about whenever it comes to these communities and stuff is, there's all these rich people who claim to be like helping out their community that they grew up in and like stuff like that. And it's like, are you really helping though? Because like, in my opinion, if you're making millions and millions of dollars and you're saying you give back to your community, what are you really giving back to? Are you giving back to like a charity? Because some of those charities are just out to try and get money, or the money that they do spend is on things that aren't really helping the community as much as they probably would want it to or think it is. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think, if one of the biggest issues in your community is some of the teachings from the culture and some of the teachings from the schools that aren't getting enough help and stuff like that, you should really start, I feel like, in a smaller community and put more money in it to where it makes more of a difference in that community. You know what I mean? Then you'll find other people could go to a different community, you know what I mean, and help that smaller community until it builds out. Like, I don't know why this is such a hard concept for people to really get through their head, but the more money you put into a smaller place, the more of a difference it makes. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other way around that. Like, how about you truly help like a small community and then build it out? Because I'm not saying money trickles down, but it definitely flows out. You know what I mean? Like, if you build a community by starting with the education system, right? You start by actually helping people get ahead and how to, like, you know, all these billionaires and millionaires who are like all about their businesses and stuff like that. How about you teach people how to start their business? Give them maybe a freaking, give them a chunk of change to start a business. Maybe they have an idea that they can get started, but don't have the financial backing or something like that from some of these institutions that, you know what I mean, don't have anything to do with it. I mean, you're giving the money away anyway. Why don't you just give it to them? Give it to the actual people and let them act. And not only that, but people are going to say, oh, they're just going to go blow it. Yeah, how about you actually give them money and show them how to do it and have people mentor them that have mentored you, or maybe you could be their mentor and you could literally watch over them so they don't blow it. You know what I mean? I don't understand why this is such a hard concept for people to even think about, let alone actually do. I mean, I just don't get it. But anyway, that's my, okay, let's get back to, and that would then privilege them in a different way that nobody in that community has been privileged before, right? Which kind of helps with the DEI situation. Like, as far as like whenever people say, well, they just don't have the same chances, they don't have as much privilege, give them that privilege. You know what I mean? Like, actually support people. Like, I don't even care if it's just 100 people you're trying to support and give money to. Give it to them. Let them try to make their dreams come true and mentor them into how they can do that, instead of just either giving them money and then letting them blow it or whatever. Because hey, if I wasn't mentored and somebody gave me money when I was freaking young, guess what? I would have blew that crap too. There ain't no way around it. I mean, you got to have somebody there teaching you, not just freaking giving you a leg up and then hoping that one leg supports you for the rest of the time. You know what I mean? You got to stand on a foundation of 2 feet. You can't just give somebody one leg up and then not support the other one. You know what I mean? But hey, that's just my take. And if y'all like this kind of content, I mean, just hit like and subscribe. Comment below if y'all have any ideas. And man, I'm just gonna keep it raw. That's gonna be like part of my brand, bro. Like, I'm just gonna keep it raw, not editing until I see that there's more of a want for it. But I think this no bull crap, no ads, and if I do get ads, guess what? I don't know if I'll be able to give literally every subscriber a chunk of it, because just the way it works out, like, say if I got an ad for like $10,000 and I have like 100,000 subscribers, you know what I mean? That ain't gonna be nothing in nobody's pocket. So what I would probably do is put half of it aside for paying, like, if I did have an editor, or even just some of my bills to be able to like pay my cell phone bill that does this, pay taxes, whatever, I don't know. But set some of it aside, and then the rest of it just like literally give to, I mean, I might even spread it out to where it's like, if it was 10,000, I set 5,000 aside. I ain't gonna give like, all right, subscribe, you get a chance to win $50. Like, nah, it's gonna be like a good chunk, like at least 1,000 or 500, something like that, that'll actually make maybe somebody's bill payment or something. I don't know, but somebody gonna be getting something, and it ain't just gonna be me taking in all this damn money, because I don't need it, and I'm doing this for fun because I like getting my ideas out there, and hopefully it gets some traction one day. But hey, if you want it to get some traction, all you got to do is hit that like and subscribe and support your local community. Well, that's about it. Jalapeno out.